Okay, so we've looked at how Unix was set up, what are all the different components, or we saw that it was at least composed of different components. And next we will start to really use Unix, actually Linux. But the basic idea behind Unix, behind using Unix, Linux, or the underlying system under the Mac OS X graphical user interface is just about all three of them are basically the same. Okay, so let's take a look at our notes. This is chapter 3 of the Afzal book. And basically this chapter goes about showing you how to start using a Unix system, using a session that's logging into a single session and then logging out. It turns out the live CD that I give you works a little bit differently in that you don't have to log in. It just automatically sort of starts up and you're in already. Also, we go over functions of passwords. I'm hoping most of you are familiar with how passwords are set up. And then the main thing is showing you the command line format. That's really the main topic that we want to get to in this chapter. Once you see that and you see how basic commands work and how they can be used, that's the main thing for this chapter. Okay, so in the book they talk about how the system gives you a login prompt and you have to log in. Well, that doesn't really happen so much. We will actually use something like this when we log into a server. So it's a little similar, but it's not exactly the same thing. So typically on most Unix systems, you might see something like this. It'll give you a login prompt saying, enter your username essentially. Although it's not obvious, that's what it's doing for you to do. So your username or your login name is what you first type in, and as soon as you do that, you'll get a password prompt, and you have to enter your password. Okay, so password, you want to use good passwords, or your system will get broken into. Don't want to use simple passwords because that makes the whole system unsafe. So a password is a sequence of letters and digits used by Unix to verify that you are the correct user or you have permission to use this username. So once you type in the password, the Unix just says, okay, you're in. Doesn't really say that. It might give you a welcome message and then just give you usually what you get is a standard prompt, either a $sign or percent or the greater than sign, basically saying now you're in, you can enter a command. That's really what it's saying. So in this example system, once you log in and enter the password, you get this welcome message and then this prompt, which is the shell prompt. If you make a mistake, it'll ask you to log in. It'll say that the login is incorrect or password is incorrect, and it'll say, okay, try it again. Eventually, I hope you get it right. Once you log in, you can actually change the password if you want using this command called password, or PASSWD without the O or the R. That allows you to change your password. So what you do is enter your old password and then you enter a new password, and you might have to enter it again. And then once you've entered it a second time, that is the new one, then it'll really get changed. Okay, so typically passwords have to be 6 or more characters long and maybe one number and mix of upper and lowercase numbers, things like that. So Windows has similar password requirements these days. Okay, so you can actually change your password. You don't have to. If you enter in passwords that are short or just too simple, or if you enter different passwords when you are supposed to confirm your new password, you get different messages. So there are certain rules that you have to use. Don't use dictionary words like and or dog, things like that. Those are just way too simple. Those are easily broken into. That's the main reason why you don't want to use simple passwords. Believe me, if you have simple passwords, your accounts will get broken into in a very short amount of time. Okay. Try to memorize your password. Try not to lose it. Stuff like that. So read through this in the book. I'm going to skip over some of these things because they're not that important. Okay. And so we'll stop over here, but this is the next big topic. It's just the basic command line structure. Alright, so I'm going to stop here and see you again soon. I hope if you want to go back and look at some of the details of passwords, go ahead. It really isn't a big deal for now. I'm not going to worry about it too much. The main thing, once again, is the command line structure.